Have you ever wondered why, even in the midst of your inner light, certain individuals seem drawn to it only to try to extinguish it? The chosen ones are on a unique spiritual journey. Their lives are marked by struggles that transcend the physical world and expand into the spiritual plane, where unseen forces wage fierce battles for control of their light. These dark energies, often in the form of manipulative people, do not appear by chance. They recognize the intensity of the light you carry, a light that illuminates your mission and purpose in this world, and they desperately try to overshadow it. The life of a chosen one is a constant duality: light and darkness, freedom and control, authenticity and manipulation. With each challenge, the light may seem to dim, but it is never extinguished. What many do not realize is that these invisible battles, though painful and devastating, are actually opportunities to awaken even greater spiritual power within. The pain endured is a sign that your mission is grand, that there is a reason external forces are trying to divert you from your path. It's a paradox that repeats itself: the greater the light, the larger the shadow that tries to snuff it out. But this battle is not merely a test of endurance. It is a journey of transformation and illumination. Every emotional wound caused is not the end but the beginning of a process of spiritual recovery, where the chosen one rediscovers that their essence, their inner light, was never extinguished. It was only temporarily obscured by the shadows of manipulation. The path of the chosen one is difficult, but within it lies a powerful truth. Your light is indomitable, and no being or energy can imprison it forever. Slowly, you realize that every fall, every manipulation endured, is an opportunity to rise stronger, wiser, and more aware of your mission. Pain is the prelude to awakening. The narcissist, often seen as the ultimate villain, can be viewed from a new perspective: the catalyst for transformation. On the spiritual plane, the narcissist plays the role of a challenger, an archetype that pushes the chosen one to their emotional and mental limits. It is through this pressure that the chosen one is brought to a crossroads, a choice between succumbing to the darkness or using the pain as a springboard for spiritual transformation. Just as iron is forged in fire, the chosen one is shaped by the pain inflicted through emotional manipulation. The narcissist is not just an abuser. They act as a portal for negative forces, attempting to block the growth of the chosen one. These forces aim to keep the chosen one in a cycle of dependency, confusion, and despair, draining their light and distorting their perception of themselves. However, paradoxically, it is through this process that the chosen one begins to awaken to their true inner strength. The narcissist, by destabilizing the life of the chosen one with manipulation, lies, and emotional games, offers an unwitting invitation to liberation. The pain generated is not an end but the beginning of a path to reconstruction. The crisis imposed by the narcissist forces the chosen one to confront their own shadows and insecurities, leading to self-discovery. The suffering becomes a turning point, an opportunity to transcend the pain and access a deeper level of spiritual consciousness. On the spiritual level, the relationship with the narcissist is a battle between light and shadow, between truth and carefully orchestrated illusions. Emotional manipulation is not just a psychological issue. It is a spiritual war where the soul of the chosen one is being tested. By resisting and surviving this cycle of abuse, the chosen one discovers that their inner light has not only survived but has grown. The experience, as devastating as it was, reveals a deep spiritual truth: the power of the chosen one cannot be destroyed. The narcissist, in their role as challenger, awakens an inner strength in the chosen one that they themselves were unaware of. And it is this newly discovered power that allows the chosen one to win the spiritual war, emerging stronger and more connected to their own light. Know thyself, an eternal truth that echoes through the journey of the chosen one. When the chosen one finds themselves entangled in the webs of a narcissist, the first casualty is their identity. Everything they believe themselves to be, their values, self-confidence, and perception of their own light, is systematically attacked. The narcissist, like a master of illusion, distorts the truth and poisons the chosen one's vision of who they really are. This constant assault on their identity creates inner chaos, leading the chosen one to doubt themselves, their intuition, and their own light. Yet this identity crisis, as distressing as it is, carries with it the seed of rebirth. It is from the chaos that the opportunity for deep transformation arises. The pain the chosen one feels when they lose themselves, when they see their essence suffocated, is the call to embark on a journey of self-knowledge. In this darkness, the chosen one is forced to look within and reconnect with their deepest truth. The narcissist may have tried to extinguish their light, but the flame never went out. It was merely hidden by the shadows of manipulation. The path of self-knowledge is neither simple nor quick. It demands tremendous courage as it involves confronting the most vulnerable and painful parts of oneself. Yet this process is necessary for the chosen one to rediscover their authentic essence. Upon realizing that their inner light never disappeared but was merely obscured, the chosen one begins to rebuild their identity, this time with a clearer understanding of who they truly are. This inner journey reveals something powerful. The narcissist, in trying to destroy the chosen one, actually catalyzed a deeper level of self-awareness. Every pain, every manipulation, was a stone on the path that pushed them toward a spiritual awakening. The chosen one reconnects with their light, with their mission, and understands that their existence has a greater purpose. This rediscovery not only strengthens the chosen one but also enables them to more clearly discern the energies around them. They now know who they are, what they represent, and, most importantly, what they will not tolerate in their life. The process of self-knowledge is not only a return to the light but also a reconstruction of oneself on a more solid and unshakable spiritual foundation. Much like Plato's famous allegory of the cave, where the shadows projected on the walls were taken as reality, the chosen one finds themselves immersed in a distorted reality created by the narcissist. In this world of illusion, the narcissist builds a web of manipulation and lies, using their charisma and emotional control to obscure the truth. They project false images, manipulate feelings, and create such deep confusion that the chosen one at some point begins to doubt their own perception. This manipulation is more than just a distortion of truth. It is a deliberate attempt to reprogram the chosen one's soul, fragmenting their identity and feeding fear and insecurity. The narcissist doesn't just manipulate words. They manipulate the chosen one's spiritual energy, draining their light and replacing it with shadows. With each new lie, the chosen one sinks further into the cave, trapped in the invisible chains of emotional dependency. The narcissist wants the chosen one to believe they are small, insufficient, and that their light cannot shine without external validation. But just as in Plato's cave, the truth always waits outside. In the heart of the chosen one, even when surrounded by lies, there exists a spark of truth that can never be extinguished. The awakening process begins when the chosen one starts to question this reality. When they stop accepting the projected shadows and start seeking the true light. This moment is deeply spiritual. It is the moment when the chosen one begins to break free from illusion, realizing that the chains that bind them are made of lies. The narcissist, by creating a web of manipulation, wants the chosen one to remain blind, but spiritual awakening is inevitable. The chosen one begins to see beyond the facade. They start to notice the contradictions, the power games, and how their own being has been distorted in this dynamic. This awakening is painful, as it involves realizing how much of their energy has been drained, how much their light has been devalued. However, it is also the beginning of their liberation. Upon seeing the truth, the chosen one finally emerges from the cave of illusion. They begin to realize that their inner strength is much greater than any external manipulation. The narcissist's illusion begins to crumble, and with it, the chosen one regains their spiritual clarity. They realize that their light is self-sustaining and that manipulation can never extinguish what is innate and divine within them. After emerging from the illusion created by the narcissist, the next step for the chosen one is to heal and reconnect with their own spiritual essence. The manipulation left deep scars, both emotionally and spiritually, and it is essential for the chosen one to surrender to the healing process. This is not merely superficial healing but a complete restoration of their inner being, a purification that leads them back to their original light. The first step is to quiet the mind. Meditation becomes a crucial tool in this process, as it allows the chosen one to disconnect from the external voices that still echo from past manipulations. In silence, the chosen one finds their inner truth, their light, which was never extinguished but only obscured by negative energies. Conscious, slow, and deep breathing helps release the accumulated emotional weight. With each exhale, the chosen one purifies themselves, eliminating the spiritual toxins left behind by the narcissist. In addition to meditation, spiritual journaling offers an opportunity for the chosen one to organize their thoughts and feelings. By writing about their experiences and emotions, They begin to identify patterns of manipulation and their own responses to these patterns. This process is liberating, as it transforms emotional chaos into clarity. The chosen one begins to understand how they were shaped by the abuse, but they also discover how their soul resisted, how their light remained steadfast in the depths of their being. Another crucial aspect of healing is the practice of spiritual detoxification. Herbal baths, using plants with purifying properties, help eliminate the negative energies that infiltrated the chosen one's aura. Visualizations of light are also powerful. The chosen one can imagine themselves surrounded by golden light, which not only protects them but also heals them from within. Contact with nature, whether through a simple walk or a moment of contemplation, is another practice that renews the chosen one's spiritual energy, reconnecting them with the life force of the earth. Throughout this healing process, the chosen one begins to rebuild their spiritual autonomy. They realize that their inner light is indestructible and much more powerful than any darkness they have faced. Manipulation tried to imprison their spirit, but this light, their divine essence, is something the narcissist could never truly touch. The chosen one takes back control of their emotional and spiritual life, knowing that they themselves are the guardians of their light. Each step in this healing journey is a return to truth. The chosen one comes to realize that, even weakened, they always carried within them the strength needed to be reborn. Spirituality is both their refuge and their driving force. As their connection with their inner light grows stronger, the chosen one becomes aware that they have not only survived but are now stronger, wiser, and more connected to their purpose than ever before. Overcoming the influence of the narcissist marks the beginning of a rebirth for the chosen one, a new stage in life where they open themselves to healthier and more authentic relationships. With a deeper understanding of themselves, the chosen one no longer seeks the external validation that once left them vulnerable to manipulation. Now their essence, once fragmented, is whole, and they know they will only engage with those who respect and value that inner truth. This new phase of their journey is marked by the pursuit of relationships that nurture, rather than drain. The chosen one has experienced the pain of having their energy consumed, of feeling their light fade under the shadow of narcissistic control. Now they can clearly identify these dynamics and, more importantly, avoid them. Healthy relationships are built on a balanced exchange of energy, where both individuals support and uplift each other, rather than trying to dominate. Martin Buber's philosophy and his distinction between I-thou and I-it relationships perfectly applies to the rebirth of the chosen one. Buber speaks of true connection between two whole beings, where each is seen and respected in their totality. For the chosen one, this means rejecting relationships where they are treated as an object, manipulated, or controlled. Instead, they now seek relationships that reflect authenticity, where they can be fully seen and accepted for who they are. Emerging from this phase of healing and rebirth, the chosen one develops a new capacity for discernment. They are no longer attracted to individuals who emit signs of manipulation or control, but to those who carry an energy similar to theirs, an energy of growth, respect, and genuine love. This is not just an external change but an internal one. The chosen one now understands their value, and by doing so, attracts into their life people who also recognize and respect that light. This new perspective on relationships extends to all areas of the chosen one's life. They now understand that, to build truly healthy bonds, there must be trust, authenticity, and a balanced exchange of energies. This includes friendships, romantic love, and even professional connections. The chosen one, in rebuilding their life after the destructive influence of the narcissist, finds themselves reborn in every aspect, with a new ability to trust both themselves and others, without ever compromising their inner light. The transformation is palpable. The chosen one, once imprisoned in a dynamic of control, now walks with confidence. Their light is no longer hidden or suppressed. It shines brightly, attracting only those who are capable of honoring and nurturing that light. They become a beacon not only for themselves but for others around them. Their relationships now reflect their new reality, one of authenticity, balance, and mutual respect. Forgiveness is one of the most challenging and transformative stages in the chosen one's spiritual journey. For many, the word forgiveness seems impossible to reconcile with the depth of pain and betrayal experienced at the hands of a narcissist. However, forgiveness in this context is not an acceptance of the abuse, nor a validation of the destructive behavior. On the contrary, it is an act of spiritual liberation, a release that benefits the chosen one, not the narcissist. Inspired by thinkers like Desmond Tutu, forgiveness is seen as a process of personal healing. Tutu, in his Reflections on Reconciliation, teaches that forgiveness does not mean the suffering caused was just or that the pain doesn't matter. On the contrary, it acknowledges the depth of the wound while still choosing not to let that wound define the future. For the chosen one, forgiveness becomes a way to cut the energetic cords that still connect them to the narcissist. These invisible cords, fed by resentment and hurt, continue to drain the chosen one's spiritual energy even after the relationship has ended. By forgiving, the chosen one frees themselves from this emotional and spiritual prison. They stop carrying the weight of the past and the destructive acts of the narcissist. Forgiveness is not an act of weakness but an act of supreme strength. It represents the conscious decision that the chosen one will no longer be defined by the suffering imposed upon them. They choose instead to be guided by their inner light, a light that now shines brighter than ever. On the spiritual plane, forgiveness acts as a purification. By forgiving, the chosen one cleanses themselves of the emotional toxins accumulated during the relationship. This release is profound as it is not only emotional but also energetic. The narcissist, no matter how much power they once exerted over the chosen one, loses all control when the chosen one refuses to carry the burden of hatred. It is at this point that the chosen one truly becomes free, not just from the manipulations of the past but from the spiritual chains that could still bind them. It is important to emphasize that forgiveness does not require physical or emotional reconciliation with the narcissist. In fact, forgiveness is often an internal process, done in silence and isolation, far from the abuser. Forgiveness is a pact the chosen one makes with themselves, a pact of peace, freedom, and spiritual ascension. They choose no longer to be a slave to the pain inflicted upon them. By forgiving, the chosen one opens themselves to a new reality, where the past no longer defines them, and where their light, renewed and unshakable, illuminates a future free from the shadows of the narcissist. The journey of forgiveness is, ultimately, a journey of self-empowerment. When the chosen one forgives, they are not only cutting ties with the narcissist but also allowing their own soul to flourish. Just like the phoenix rising from the ashes, the chosen one, after passing through the darkness of narcissistic abuse and manipulation, emerges renewed, stronger, and more connected to their spiritual truth. This rebirth is not just an emotional recovery, it is a deep transformation that occurs in the core of their soul. The chosen one, who once had their light obscured, now ascends to a new level of consciousness and clarity, where their light shines brighter than ever before. This ascension is not something immediate, nor is it easy. It is the result of an arduous journey where every battle fought with the shadows was an opportunity for the chosen one to discover their true strength. The pain of the past is not forgotten but transformed into wisdom, into spiritual fuel. The chosen one now sees their journey from a new perspective. They understand that the manipulation and attempts to destroy their essence were not the end but the catalyst for their awakening. The spiritual ascension of the chosen ones is marked by a sense of freedom and clarity. They leave behind the shackles of guilt, shame, and fear that were instilled by the narcissist. Now, more aware of their mission in the world and more attuned to their true nature, the chosen one understands that their light cannot be controlled or extinguished by external forces. The light they carry is part of something much greater, something divine and unshakable. With this new awareness, the chosen one becomes a beacon of light for others. Their personal journey of pain and healing has empowered them to help others who are still trapped in their own spiritual battles. They become a living example of resilience, showing that even in the worst circumstances, there is always the possibility of rebirth, stronger, wiser, and more connected to inner truth. The chosen one's power lies not only in their ability to heal but in their ability to inspire and guide others toward the light. This new phase in the chosen one's life is marked by profound spiritual self-sufficiency. They now understand that their inner light does not depend on external factors, let alone the validation of others. They walk the world with newfound confidence, knowing that no matter what challenges or adversities arise, their light is indestructible. The rebirth of the chosen one is also an ascension to a new purpose. They not only survived narcissism, but they were transformed by it into a more complete spiritual being. Their mission now expands, and they realize that their journey has an impact far beyond themselves. The suffering the chosen one faced was a spiritual forge, preparing them for something greater, a life where they can be the light for those still lost in the darkness. This rebirth is the final triumph. The narcissist, in trying to destroy the chosen one, awakened a force within them that they did not even know they possessed. And now that force is unstoppable. The chosen one not only regains their light but amplifies it, using it to illuminate the path for others. The pain that once held them captive is now transformed into power, and their ascension is proof that the light always prevails. The journey of the chosen one does not end with rebirth. It is continuous, a constant evolution toward truth, light, and spiritual freedom. Every step the chosen one has taken, from the pain of manipulation to the power of forgiveness and rebirth, has prepared them for a path that continues to unfold. The chosen one, now stronger and more aware, understands that their mission is not only to survive but to grow and guide. They are a beacon that illuminates others, helping them find their own light, especially those still trapped in the shadows of manipulation and pain. In this moment of clarity and ascension, I invite you, who are also a chosen one, to join this collective journey of healing and empowerment. You are not alone. Many others are walking this path, fighting their own spiritual battles. The strength of the chosen one lies in their ability to share their light, to connect with others who are also seeking spiritual freedom and deep healing. Join our community where stories are shared, mutual support is offered, and spiritual growth is nurtured. Join our Discord group, where you can connect with other chosen ones who are on their own journey of transformation. There, we exchange experiences, spiritual tools, and healing practices that can further strengthen your journey. Additionally, you can download our ebook, which offers guidance, reflections, and practices to help you continue on your path of liberation and ascension. In this space, you will find wisdom and support so that your light will never again be overshadowed by the darkness of manipulation. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with other chosen ones who may need support. Each of us has a unique and necessary light to transform the world around us. Your light is essential, and together we can bring more light to this world full of challenges. The journey continues, and your light will never be extinguished again. Let's walk together.